Hi, this is Bob Warner, Custodial Services Supervisor for the Scripps Mesa Zone. We're starting a new video series hoping to inspire you with a bunch of different topics, and this is going to be the first of many. I'll let Phil discuss this one in more detail.
Hi, my name is Phil Berchi. I'm a Custodial Services Supervisor in the Parkview Zone. We hope this will be the first of many videos that will help you in the care and use of custodial equipment. Ron?
Hi, I'm Ron Derrick, Custodial Services Supervisor for Coastal Bay Zone, and I'm really happy that you could make it to the meeting today. And as Bob says, we want to try to inspire you with something different. So we're going to be doing some video series that hopefully we can get on the website for you. But I really appreciate you coming out today. I really appreciate your expertise and your hard work. Thank you so much. Ruben, you're next.
Hi, my name is Ruben Malve. I'm the new Custodial Services Supervisor for the Central City Zone. I am happy to be here today, and I am glad to be working with this fine gentleman over here. Thank you for being here.
It is Phil Berchi again. I'm here with Ryan Lopez. He's the equipment repair technician that repairs all of our vacuums, our wet vacs, our floor machines, anything custodial related except for blowers and billy goats.
That's Steve
golf
King.
carts. But he does pretty much all the vacuums that we have, everything else. And he's going to show you how to put together a vacuum, show you some little pieces about it that I think will be helpful for you to see. We're going to also show you some pieces of equipment that have been handled incorrectly and what you should do to correct that. Okay, Ryan.
Perfect. Alright, when you get your vacuum, it'll come in a box. What you want to do is you want to take everything out of the box. You want to see what you got. Make sure you got all your pieces because you've obviously seen one before. Hey, Eric. And then what you want to do is you want to check it out. You want to make sure you have all your parts. Open it up, make sure the filter's in here, the bag's in here, all sorts of stuff. If it is not, like this one does not have one in it, you should have a filter that looks like this. The pointy end goes out, if you can see it, if you can't. You see that, Ron? The pointy end right there goes out towards you. You can only go in one way or else it won't close. So just push it in the slot. There you are. Filter number one. What I do is when I put the bag on, make sure the hole is open. You don't have nothing sticking in it because sometimes when it comes off the line, there's a piece of cardboard stuck in it, and that'll hinder your vacuum ability. That just slips in right there, just like that. Make sure it pushes all the way up. It's another easy one. Then you have your vacuum head. You should have a little filter that looks like this. It's got a notch in it right there. You can only go in one way. The notch faces up. Just like that. Put that guy in there. Perfect. Done deal. What I normally do is I put the bag body on first. It's going to be very tight. So just wiggle it on as best you can and then push it down until you hear it click. That's it. Take your time with it. I put my bag in it. Got a little clip right here. Make sure your bag's not folded over and goes in like that. Put your bag in like that. Put it on. Done deal. You also have a hose. Your hose comes out by pushing the button right here. Goes back in the same way. Slide that in there, and it clips on. Make sure it's attached. Also, you have your handle. Handle goes right here. When you push it in, make sure you just push it straight down. If you don't, you'll knock a prong off or it won't start. Sometimes you guys send it in saying it doesn't work and it's brand new out of the box because it was forced together. It's going to be tight. It's going to be hard to push it in the first time. So just take your time with it and you'll feel it just go straight down and lock it in, and there you are. It should turn on and run for you. Pretty simple. Assembly done. Yeah. Alright, if you guys have a vacuum that you think is not vacuum well, if it has poor suction or your bag light full stays on the whole time, these are a few little preventive maintenance things you can check yourself to see if you have a problem. What I normally do is, first thing I do is I unclip the hose by pushing the two little buttons together, pull your hose out, pull your wand out, The first thing I check is the hose. Press the button, pull it out, look down the tube, make sure you got nothing in it. The same thing, I only look down the hose, make sure there's nothing sticking in it, impeding its way. If you're clear there, if you have something stuck in it, you can use a broom handle, or if you have a long needle nose, you can scoop it out, whatever it is. If that's clear, the next form of looking is, you can look right here in the back of your vacuum. Can you see that, Ron? Look right here in the back of the vacuum. If you see anything sticking in there, you can normally just grab it out. If you can't get it in there, you can take your vacuum apart by pressing the button in the front and wiggling the base off. And then you can totally see right there. If you see it, Ron? See right there. If you see something stuck in there and you can't get it with your fingers here, if you flip the vacuum upside down, you have an access door right here. You can, whatever's stuck in there, you can get out from there. If you can't get it from there, if it's a pencil jammed in there, whatever you can do, you can always take your beater bar out, and you can access it from right there. And if it's still, the light's still on, the last resort is check the bag. The bag is probably full. And if it's still on, then you need to send it in because you've done everything that you possibly can do to help yourself out without sending it in. Most of the time it's going to be stuck here. Just put it all back together. For those that want to put a magnet bar on the front of their vacuum to help themselves out, this is what you do not want to do. You do not want to use a screw that is longer than 1/2 of an inch, because this is what you will get, and it costs money when you break it. This screw right here is pushed against your bearing block, which holds your beater bar. If you break that, the vacuum will no longer properly work. And this piece is a $26 piece. And it ruins the belt, which is another $10. If you send your vacuum in saying that you need a hose or you don't have a hose, don't tape your hose up, people. We have plenty of hose parts, whatever we got, every part for your vacuum. You can ask your CSS, you can call, you can come by and get it if you're that desperate one. We have plenty of them on hand. They're only like 38 bucks. Don't be doing this. If you also send your vacuum in and you say it will not pick up material, you might want to check your beater bar. This is probably a good beater bar, but there's so much hair, yarn, whatever else you guys are picking up, you could probably prevent yourself a 3-week episode without a vacuum by just cleaning this off yourself. Preventive maintenance. Alright, if you think your vacuum is not working well, if it's hard to push, or it's hard to pull, or the light stays on, it says check brush, here's an easy way to check to make sure your brush is good. If you have a new brush, you pull your old brush out, and what you do is you compare the two. You stick the two together like this. If you have more than 1/8 or 1/4 of gap between the two of them together, that means that you need to replace it. It is bad. Put a new one on.
Can you show us how to take that out of the machine?
Yeah.
How to change it out?
I can do that. Normally what I do is I normally just, what I normally do is I just hold on to it, push the button, and it'll wiggle out right that. Then you just twist it, it'll come straight out. It's got a notch in it, it can only go in one way. And then you just push it back in the same way you got it. I normally twist it around, that's what I do, until it clips in. There it is. You just put your part back on, push the button. Just take your time with it. I make it look easy because I do all of them.
Okay,
If it takes you 10 minutes, it takes you 10 minutes, but just be careful with it. If you break it, you're out the vacuum. 2 more things, guys. If you feel the need to splice in like an extra long extension cord on your vacuum, for one, I've already been shocked by checking stuff out like this. For two, you are hurting the vacuum, and you have a whole bunch of receptacles in the classroom to unplug and plug it back in. You're prematurely killing the vacuum or hurting the next time that grabs a hold of this and plugs it in.
So don't do this.
Let's just not do this. This is insane. Gnarly. Like, this thing's like 100 feet long. Look, you guys can splice it in your face. Alright. Last but not least, your EROs. If you can see, I got all these vacuums over here. All of them. To be fixed. Along with my other duties I have during the day. I'm not complaining, but it's faster for me if you write your ERO properly. If you just write your site, and yes, we know it's a sensor vac with nothing else on it, I actually have to go through it step by step and figure out exactly what is wrong with the unit you set in. So there's 15 minutes of my time right there that I could have been almost done with your piece of equipment back on the line to you, and I could have got to somebody else's piece of equipment. So fill it out properly. Put as much stuff as you can in the little area that says, you know, what does it say? Repairs requested. Put as much. I don't care if you just put slashes or just word for word, or you can even write. I don't care if you write on the back. Write me a paragraph. It's cool. Whatever you feel that helps you out will help me out. So just please write it up great. That'd be awesome for me. Makes my job easier.